guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid, part 3. If you guys haven't already watched part 1 or part 2, I recommend going back to those videos. So yeah, let's just get into this. So guys, today I'm going to be reading from Monday, September to Sunday, October. So yeah. This video game ban is a whole lot tougher than I thought it would be, but at least I'm not the only one in the family who's in trouble. Roderick's in some hot water with Mom right now, too. Manny got a hold of one of Roderick's heavy metal magazines, and one of the pages had a picture of a woman in a bikini laying across the hood of a car. And then Manny brought it into daycare for show and tell. Anyway, I don't think Mom is too happy about getting the phone call. I saw the magazine myself, and honestly, it wasn't anything to get worked up over, but Mom doesn't allow that kind of stuff in the house. Roderick's punishment was that he had to answer a bunch of questions Mom wrote out for him. Question 1. Did knowing this magazine make you a better person? Roderick wrote down, no. Question 2. Did it make you more popular at school? He wrote down, no. How do you feel about having owned this type of magazine now? He wrote down, I feel ashamed. Question 4. Do you have anything you want to say to a woman for having owned this offensive magazine? I'm sorry, woman. Wednesday. I'm so grounded from playing video games, so Manny has been using my system. Mom went out and bought a whole bunch of educational video games, and watching Manny play them is like torture. What number comes after 2 and rhymes with 3? Manny's just like, 3, I would yell. The good news is that I finally figured out how to get some of my games past Riley's dad. I just put one of the discs in Manny's Discover the Alphabet case, and that's all it takes. Thursday. At school today, they announced that student government elections are coming up. So to be honest with you, I've never had an interest in student government. But when I started thinking about it, I realized elected for treasurer could totally change my situation at school. The cheerleaders would ask me, we cheerleaders are tired of riding to games in the same buses the nerds in the band. Let me see what I could do. I would get them a limousine or something. And even better, when the jocks ask, we just need an air pump to inflate our only football. I'd just be like, yeah, sorry, can't help you with that. Nobody ever thinks about running for treasurer because all anyone ever cares about is the big ticket position like president or vice president. So I figured if I sign up tomorrow, the treasurer job is pretty much mine for the taking. Friday. Today, I went to put my name in the list for a run for treasurer, but unfortunately, this kid named Marty Porter is running for treasurer too, and he's really brainy at math. So this might not be as easy as I thought. I told Dad that I was running for student government, and he seemed pretty excited. It turns out that he ran for student government when he was my age, and he actually won. Dad dug through some old boxes in the basement and found his campaign posters. I thought that the poster idea was pretty good. So I asked Dad to drive me to the store to get some supplies. I loaded up on poster boards and markers, and I spent the rest of the night making all my campaign stuff. So let's just hope these posters work. Monday. I brought my posters to school today, and I have to say they came out pretty well. One of them said, "Do you want Marty Porter to be your treasurer?" "Hey, you're dropping all your money, you fool! Our money, you fool!" Dar. The second post said, "Remember in second grade when Marty Porter had lice?" Do you really want him touching your money? I started hanging my posters up as soon as I got in, but they were only up for about 3 minutes before Vice Principal Roy spotted them. Mr. Roy said, "You aren't allowed to write about fabrications about the other candidates." So I told Mr. Roy that the thing about the headlights was true and telepathically closed down this whole school when it happened. But he took down all the posters anyway, so today Marty Porter was going to around handing out lollipops to buy himself votes, while my posters were sitting in the bottom of Mr. Roy's trash can. I guess this means my political career is officially over. October, Monday. Well, it's finally October and there are only 30 days left until Halloween. Halloween is my favorite holiday, even though Mom says I'm getting too old to go trick or treating anymore. Halloween is Dad's favorite holiday too, but for a different reason. On Halloween night, while all the other parents are handing out candy, Dad is hiding in the bushes with a big trash can full of water. And if any teenagers pass by our driveway, he drenches them. I'm not sure Dad understands the concept of Halloween, but I'm gonna be the one who spoils his fun. Trick or treat! Tonight was the opening night of the Crossland High School haunted house, and I got Mom to agree to take me and Riley. Riley showed up at my house wearing his Halloween costume from last year. When I called him earlier, I told him to just wear his regular clothes, but of course he didn't listen. I tried not to let it bother me too much, though. I've never been allowed to go to the Crossland haunted house before, and I wasn't going to let Rowley ruin it for me. Roderick has told me all about it, and I've been looking forward to this for about 3 years. Anyway, when we got to the entrance, I started having second thoughts about going in when I saw a head sitting on a table asking for money. But Mom seemed like she was in a hurry to get this over with, so she moved us along. Once we were through the gate, it was one scare after another. There were vampires jumping out on you, at you, and people without heads, and all sorts of crazy stuff. But the worst part of all was the area called Chainsaw Alley. There was the big guy in a hockey mask, and had a real chainsaw. Roger told me the chainsaw was a rubber blade, but I wasn't taking any chances. Right when it looked like the chainsaw guy was going to catch us, Mom stepped in and bailed us out. She said, "That's not nice." I'm sorry, ma'am," he replied. Mom made the chainsaw guy show us where the exit was, and that was the end of our haunted house experience. Right there. I guess it was a little embarrassing when Mom did that, but I'm willing to let this one go this one time. Saturday. The Crossland Haunted House really got me thinking. Those guys were charging $5 a pop, and the line stretches halfway around the school. I decided to make a haunted house of my own, actually. I had to bring Riley. I had to bring Riley in the deal because Mom wouldn't let me convert our first floor into a full-out haunted mansion. I knew Riley's dad wouldn't be crazy over the idea either, so we decided to build a haunted house in the basement and just not mention it to his parents. Me and Riley spent most of the day coming up with awesome plans for our haunted house. Here's a final plan: Hall of Screams, Lake of Blood, Bottomless Pit, Maze of 1,000 Skulls, Rat Tunnel, Knife Alley, Hand Hall, Death Slide into Acid Lake. I don't mean to brag or anything, but what we came up with was way better than with the Crossland High School haunted house. We realized we were going to need to get the word out. that we were going to do this thing, so we got some paper and made a bunch of flyers. I'll admit, maybe we stressed the truth a little in our advertisement, but we had to make sure people would show up. Haunted house with live sharks. By the time we finished putting the flyers around the neighborhood, we got back to the basement, and it was already 2:30. When we said on the posters, it started at 3. When we said on the posters, started at 3, and we hadn't even started putting the actual haunted house together yet. So we had to cut some corners from our original plan. When 3 rolled around, we looked outside to see if anyone had showed up, and sure enough, there were about 20 neighborhood kids waiting in the line and 20 neighborhood kids waiting in line outside Riley's basement. Now I know our flyers said admission was 50 cents, but I could see that we had a chance to make a killing here. So I told the kids that admission was $2 and the 50 cent and $2 and the 50 cents. And it was the cent and the 50 cents thing was just a typo. The first kid who coughed up his $2 was Shane Snella. He paid his money and we let him inside, and me and Riley took our positions in that Hall of Screams. The Hall of Screams was basically a bed with me and Riley on either side of it. I guess maybe we made the Hall of Screams a little too scary, because halfway through Shane curled up into a ball underneath the bed. We tried to get him to crawl out from under there, but he wouldn't budge. I started thinking about all the money that we were losing with this kid clogging up the Hall of Screams, and I knew we had to get him out of there quick. Eventually, Riley's dad came downstairs. At first, I was happy to see him because I thought he would help us drag Shane out from under the bed and get our haunted house cranking again. But Riley's dad wasn't really in a helpful mood. Riley's dad wanted to know what we were doing with Shane Snella and why Shane Snella was curled up under the bed. We told him that the basement was haunted house and that Shane Snella actually paid for us to do this to him, but Riley's dad didn't believe us. I admit that if you looked around, it didn't really look like a haunted house. All we had time to put together was the Hall of Screams and the Lake of Blood, which was just Riley's old baby pool with half a bottle of ketchup in it. I tried to show Riley's dad our original plan to prove that we really were running a legitimate operation, but he still didn't seem convinced. And to make a long story short, that was the end of our haunted house. The good news is, since Riley's dad didn't believe us, he didn't make us refund Shane's money, so at least we cleared $2 today. Okay guys, so that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As you should know from my other 2 videos I post 2 videos every day, so yeah, I'm going to post another one. So yep, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and bye.